All opinions and views expressed by the program participants, including those on social media, are solely their opinions and views and do not reflect the opinions and views of WZYE management and staff.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Night and day, for next to nothing pay, so they can't see the way. We don't enjoy equal facility, like Pharaoh and company, brainwashing we say we free. We just can't hold this way, we just can't hold this way. Please deliver us today, we just can't hold. Suffer like this. You said that you will take care of the poor, just like you did in Egypt. When Pharaoh had the Israelites in bondage, you delivered them. But here again, we are in the same khaki pants. We have those modern Pharaohs who oppress the poor, who represents Israel. They confuse us with so much lies. Not even thinking that we would realize. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from the poor. Another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go on.
get up one morning, your elders have something. You don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. You get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that eagle eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. Say we got up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jabbing, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking. To get it there easy, he got to practice economy. From getting licks from the slave master to become the land owner, brother, is a terrible journey, back with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up, make up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover my mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners, of course, ladies and gentlemen. It's in the village with yours truly, Professor Walsh and Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And as we always say, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't matter what color t-shirt you wear a mauve t-shirt, a burgundy t-shirt, a salmon t-shirt. Each and everyone is welcome in the village on WZY 95.9 FM. Doesn't matter what planet you're from Mazatania, Xenorania, Sonorania. Each and everyone is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. And I already see Paul Williams and St. Vincent is already in the village. She early in the village, but early in the village.
It
And this
have
is how we
outplaced
started things.
WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, do come with me. We do have Dan on WZYE, Santa Medite.
And yes, that's the man himself. The man known as the Love Doctor Boy, Dr. Love, in the village here on WZYE 95.9 FM, better known as Rennie Muhammad. Let me bring in my partner, the man himself, the one and only man, the man from somewhere in the country. That's what they told me. I don't know what part of the country from, but he's somewhere from down there. I think it's Marabella or Mirabella, one of them places, close to San Fernando. Yeah, I think it's close to San Fernando.
I think
The
he's from
man
all over.
himself, Uncle Tony.
I think he's from all over Trinidad, but it's a pleasure to be here. And excuse me for not being here yesterday, but I'm glad to be here today, and I'm appreciative. And to all the village
Yeah,
family,
you were
missed
missed
you
yesterday.
all. Missed you all. I'm glad to be here with
You were
you.
missed so much that Nadia ain't joining. Nadia decided not to join. She said, Tommy not
Oh,
coming. I ain't coming.
Nads.
And,
All right,
and,
I'm here.
and
I'm
I
here.
think the Keisha joined that. She said, Tommy ain't coming. I ain't coming.
Oh,
Yeah, and stayed away, boy. They went to Sunday. They went to Sunday brunch,
okay.
not Sunday lunch. It was Sunday brunch. You know
But
it
how you
is.
doing today? How you doing?
I can't complain. Everything is splendiferous, marvelous, and tremendous. No complaint at all. Things are nice. Things are looking up. I can't say the same for my beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago, but things are really looking up. I can't complain at all. How about you?
I can't complain either. It's a pleasure to be here. It's wonderful to be here today, and that's good enough for me. That makes me very happy.
Excellent, excellent. Folks, don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend. Of course, it's in the village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on WZY 95.9 FM.
And if you have friends who want to listen to information where they can learn something, yeah. You know, we originate, we don't imitate. Call a friend, tell a friend. You can get us on WZYE TV and YouTube. Yes, tell them and share it. Share it as well. Because we had to share this message, you know, Tommy.
Oh yeah,
We can't
oh yeah.
keep this message
Can't,
in
can't,
the
can't keep it a
closet.
secret. Cannot keep it a secret.
Nah. We can't keep this secret. We have to be able to share this message. And folks, also you can get us on Sherry Live, WZYE TV on YouTube, and WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. You can also get us on X, better known as Twitter, at WZYE FM. Yeah, and once Instagram get it act together and you could stream for more than an hour, we will definitely be back streaming on Instagram. But right now, Instagram only have you streaming for 1 hour, and after that, they get rid of you. So we're not streaming on Instagram. Yeah, folks. So of also, folks, also don't forget you can send your voice notes. Yes, send your voice notes 973-868-1444. You could either call on WhatsApp or you could send your voice notes 973-868-1444 or
Oh,
973-609-6509. Right? You can send your voice notes. Yeah, we play your voice notes. Once it's not, go put our license in jeopardy. Yeah, we are fully FCC licensed radio station. Yes. Full 100. We're not under the ground. It was good to me. We're not
yeah,
under the
yeah.
ground. We're above
Not
ground.
above, fully above ground,
We're not under the ground.
unvisible.
We're above. Yeah. And visible. Correct is right. So first in the village tonight, Tommy, was one of your sweethearts, Takesha. Yeah.
Peace,
But,
peace,
I
and
see
welcome
Takesha in
home,
the
welcome
papers.
home.
Yeah, I see Takesha in the papers, boy, making news.
Peace,
Answer man,
peace.
Tommy, good night. Good night to you. Of course,
Night there.
our partner from down in Fishing Pond,
Bizram.
Bijram, boy. We had a guy named for Bijram. We got a name for Bijram. That is all right. We had a guy named for him. Good day, Uncle Tommy on Wall Street and to all those locked on. Curtis Monteshad, boy. My Kenyan partner from Chumakak, boy. Chumakak. Tommy, it wasn't until I start talking about Chumakak that people understand that macaque is a monkey. A macaque is a monkey. And it went true. And based what the historians say, they say was Chu Monkey Bam Bam. That's what they call Chumakak. How do you get a name like that, Tommy, boy? You're
I don't
wicked,
know.
boy. We didn't even know.
But I think that's just old talk, though. I don't think that's what it truly means.
But Tommy is true macaque, true monkey. Macaque is a monkey.
True monkey.
True monkey. Bam
Yeah.
Bam.
You say Bam Bam in French now.
Yeah. They must drop it.
They drop off Bam Bam.
Yeah. They just drop off the Bam Bam. Yeah.
Okay.
See, Tommy, look, Bijram spreading rumors about you. Uncle Tommy, I do hope you enjoy your date. Wall Street says so. I expose him.
It was quite pleasurable.
That's not the other goddamn Bijram. The other goddamn favorite shoot. Oh, God. Tommy, the man say, I know where you get that news from, eh? You understand? Judy,
All right.
welcome. Good evening, Wall Street.
Hey, Jude.
And Uncle Tommy. Happy week. Yeah. Here comes Capitan, welcome. Here comes Capitan again. Oh, God.
Hey, Captain.
Captain, great is the piano, my reach, folks. Walls are waiting for Tobago tax estimate. Yeah, let me put a call in again. Capitan. Anyone knows of anyone in Tobago? We're trying to get one ARV estimate, annual rental value in Tobago. One. We're just trying to see what it is, Tommy. We're trying.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Tommy, you are now fortunate and you should give your own self a round of applause due to the work of WZYE in that The tax is now 2%. You should give your own self a round of applause for that.
Is 2% acceptable?
No, no. You want me to
Still the
tell you why
highest.
or what?
Still the highest in the Caribbean.
Tommy, we just start, man. Oh God, at least start from 500 watts now, and you're picking up from 1500 watts.
Okay,
At, at
I'll
least
take my
China,
LED.
man. At least
I'll turn off my LEDs.
hey, Tommy, I don't know where this day thing come from, you know. Judy says he need a date to uplift him. I don't know where that date thing come from, eh? It ain't come from
Judy,
my partner. Let me swear, you know, I just only tell you truth, yeah? That didn't come from me.
Judy, are you proposing a date with me?
Eh?
I wonder if Judy's proposing a date with me.
I don't know. I know she said he needs a date to uplift him. I don't know. Me. I stay out of that bacchanal, eh? Not me.
Well, I wouldn't call it back. I would say that we have concerned listeners who are pretty much
Oh,
on
all
point.
right. Correct is right. I'll go with that. Listeners and viewers that are very concerned for Uncle Tommy. We could put it in that perspective. Yeah, Capitan. Walls, unreal, vexing that Imbo dropped the tax to 2%. So, I want to say that even though, here's what will make me happy. Here's what will make me happy. When the government of Trinidad and Tobago decide to get serious about property tax. And let me say this again. Trinidad and Tobago should have property tax. I have stated that Tommy's going to give his own opinion. I have stated over and over, Trinidad and Tobago should have property tax. Again, people in the urban areas, Lavantil, Mova, Penal, and all them other areas, which are considered to be urban areas, where most of the poor, disadvantaged people live in Trinidad and Tobago, them shouldn't be paying 2% property tax. Their property tax should be about 1% or lower. People living in Valsain, Westmoreland, Lange Park, them could pay 3% or more. And here is why. It's simple. And I'm saddened to say, the picture with regards to the young man, let me put the picture up there for you all. I know we discussed this again, but we have, and what we have to realize too is that we cannot just talk about a subject and drop it and go on to the next subject. Because that is how people operate in Trinidad and Tobago. Eugene, Julian, Julian, welcome. Yeah? We just pick up a subject and we drop it. For example, Tommy, what happened to the $100 million that the Prime Minister said that he was going to put towards urban communities in Trinidad and Tobago? What happened to that?
The proposal has gone quiet.
What happened to that proposal?
It has gone quiet, but let's not forget.
Okay. That come. Tommy, you know somebody come and went. They come and go at the same time.
Yeah.
That thing come and went at the same time.
Coming and
that
going.
Thing come at the same time. Yeah. So just going back, when we look at this, listen to this. We talked about this ad nauseum, but it's important to bring it up again because we said, Tommy, previously, if you have a 2x4 shack, you should not be paying the same as a person living in Westmoreland. Tommy, do you torment or you torment about that?
I torment. But further to that, I'm of the opinion that the property taxes, or should I say the taxes, real estate taxes, should focus on businesses first and foremost, because they are more capable of paying taxes due to the fact that they are in the profit profit business. Because business, you go into business to make profits, not to lose money or to just barely be there. You profit, and businesses in Trinidad do profit. So that's where the focus, in my opinion, that's where the focus should be. Industry and business first.
But Tommy, you sent me a video where when the UNC was going to do it, it was commercial property first, then I think industrial on agriculture, or then industrial and then industrial, agricultural, and then residential. Didn't you send me something about that?
I certainly did.
So when people want to compare what, let me say the UNC was bringing back the tax, all right? They're bringing back the tax. It was bringing back the tax. At least, Tommy, their philosophy and policy was a sound one.
Good sense has to prevail, and they seem to make good sense with their policy.
It must prevail. So if the UNC was going to do commercial property first, then agricultural and industrial second or second and a half, whatever you want to call it, and then residential, that make absolute sense.
Good sense.
Good sense. Good sense. That was that. Let me give the UNC a round of applause, Tommy. Nah. I gave them a round of applause. Yeah? Because that, to me, Tommy, was something that was well thought out. Let me give them a round of applause. Yes, Tommy. So we could give them a round of applause because we balance here, we balance. We balance.
What's frightening is that the fact that no one seems to review what policies are being presented by the various parties, or they seem to take their policies serious. Because if people were to pay attention, they would have seen that and known what was proposed. But obviously and apparently no one seems to know, because no one paid attention to the proposals. Just rhetoric, bantering, and propaganda.
Well, Tommy, I want to disagree with you slightly. I think people paid attention, but they paid attention for all the wrong reasons. Why do I say that?
Go ahead.
They paid attention so they could defend the party and say, well, hey, that money, we go get better roads, right? We go get garbage pickup, right? We will get all these things because the property tax going to the 41 constituencies now. It's going to the corporations now. So we go get better service. Eh?
But who require more services? The residents or the businesses?
I would say the residents.
I would say the businesses by and large. Yes, the businesses may not be as many as residents, but each business require much larger trash removal, much larger supplies, basic supplies, fundamental amenities. Each business require much more services than each household. Yes, together the household are many.
I think, in my estimation, because when we have property tax here in America, right, it goes more towards residential than commercial, I would say. For example, here's why I say residential. Cleaning up the snow when snow comes.
Okay,
Cleaning
well,
up the road.
we don't have no snow in Trinidad.
Well, cleaning up the streets. Like,
Yeah,
for
but
example, when you
who
go to
who put more stress on this infrastructure, the streets? Not commercial businesses?
well, on the main roads, yes. On
Even
the main
the back
roads,
too,
the
because
highway.
you see the size of trucks that be traversing some of the secondary roads?
Listen, that part, I agree with that. The trucks, those overweight trucks do a lot of damages to the roads. Yes, you are absolutely correct. But I think overall, the residents need more services than the businesses. However, the businesses should be paying taxes first before the residents.
The businesses put a heavier burden on the infrastructure than the residents.
Say that again?
The businesses put a heavier burden on the infrastructure than residential.
You talking about due to the trucks, due to the trucks that have to traverse back and forth.
Trucks, water, electricity, all the amenities. The businesses have a heavier drain and heavier usage.
All right. So I will agree with you on that one. So Lions Love, welcome. Lions Love says, and I saw this. Keith Rowley is now saying the private sector has more money than the government. Did you see that one, Tommy? This is the same man who said he wants the rich to get richer. I wonder if I had that video, boy. Let me see if I had that video.
Maybe the rich got richer and trickle down and help everybody else.
Nah, he said that recently. He said that the private sector, he believes, I'm paraphrasing here, have more money than the government.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Where does he think the private sector get our money from in order for them to just start, to get a start? Where do you think that come from?
Mm-hmm.
Who you think empower them to get them a start? In order for them to get there. All right, here it is. Who gave them the opportunity for them to have more money now than the government?
The same state.
You know, boy. Them fellas and them should miss me. Them fellas and them, I don't know, boy.
You know, what's really sad is that the things that he chooses to focus on and make conversation about, it encourages him to put his foot in his mouth.
Well, he have foot and mouth disease, you know.
More time than often.
But he have foot and mouth disease. That's what he does often. Here it is right here.
But do you think the people mind? He can't say nothing wrong. Everything he says, they cheer him for it.
That's right. Yep, that's right. And so here is the one on private money. Lions Love, thank you very much. Here is the one. Sometimes, you know, I'll tell all you, the amount of work we just do here to get this 3-hour shows, Tommy. They don't know, you know, Tommy. Little do they know, you know.
Because we have to be on point with our information.
We have to be on point. So here is the information here.
There are many in this country whose accounts are in surplus. It's the observation of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley, who believes these idle resources can be put to better use for the benefit of all.
Even as the Minister of Finance is telling you that the overdraft is up to 80% and 90%, there are people in this country with significant cash reserves in the banks of this country. Money sitting in the bank belonging to A, B, C, or D is not helping us. But if that money is put to work on projects, it creates a multiplier effect and is put to work. Doesn't matter who owns it. It is not only the government that owns money in this country. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take a guess here, because I haven't read the documents on that for a little while. I'm sure the private sector owns much more money in this country than the government. And many of them make significant profits every year. And you ask yourself, really, what do they do with those profits?
Dr. Rowley notes that over the last several years, his administration has undertaken several developmental projects in the capital city alone, including the Parliament Building, Government Campus Plaza, the new Central Block at Port of Spain General Hospital, the new Ministry of Health building, the Assessment Centre and Temporary Shelter Facility, and only today turned the sod for the Ministry of Social Development's new headquarters, with sod turnings for new quarters for the EBC and the Ministry of Housing scheduled in the near future. Dr. Rowley stresses that substantial sums of money are being and will be saved by the state no longer having to pay rent to house these facilities.
That ministry itself is in rental premises. Substandard as it might be, I know it personally. I used to be Minister of Housing there. We are paying $500,000 a month in rent with no car park.
But while many in the said private sector no longer have the state as tenants in many instances, the Prime Minister says with partnership, the opportunities are many.
You know, Tommy, I don't know nobody. Lions Love, thank you for that. Thanks for reminding us. What planet that fella living on, boy? Seriously. Help me here, help me.
Mazatania.
Oh God. Mazatanias?
Yep.
No, because when you listen to the things the Prime Minister said, it looked like if he doesn't remember what he's half the thing he's saying. You know? Seriously.
He does not.
You think he just said that for some, I don't know, just to be dramatic?
Yeah, there's a talking head effect that takes precedence when it comes to that leadership.
Good night, Mr. Tommy.
Yeah, Mr. Florida, good night.
Yeah, so besides, I know watching this thing, I know too on the TV a little bit late. But how come the Prime Minister know who have how much money in the bank? That is public records. The bankers give out that information.
Exactly.
So how come you know how much who have substantial amount of money in the bank? How come you know that?
He's the Prime Minister.
So I'm not too sure what really going on there. So because I know look on it, but I think I get a gas for that. You see how we do substantial amount of money in the bank. So I'm not too sure if the bank give it all that information to the government. Anyway, look on and listen.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Thank you.
Man is the Prime Minister, Tommy. He know everything, don't he? Eh? He run the country.
Yeah.
You think he do that, Tommy?
I think what he should be focusing on, he refuses to.
You sometimes I wonder if he knows what he should be focusing on.
Because safety should be foremost. At least.
Okay. But if you ask the people, but Tommy, when you listening to certain radio programs in Trinidad, them don't talk about crime in Trinidad, you know. Well, let me say they don't talk about crime. They really discuss crime in Trinidad and Tobago. What they discuss, they will discuss the UNC more than anything else. You listened to the program the other day, Tommy?
Yep.
And you were shocked?
Yep.
What they were talking about crime, right? They were talking about crime, right?
Crime, all right.
No, they don't have time to talk about that. They do not have, because that is not the script that they have to talk about.
The script is the election.
You know, Tommy, I want to ask you something. Have you been ever given a script before you come on air in this program?
Never, 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 ever, never, never.
Have anybody told you what you could talk about or what you can't talk about?
Negative, negative, negative. I say it 3 times to make it affirmative.
And that's why we say when we come here, we come to bring truth to power. That's what we want to do.
Truth to power.
We want to tell you the truth. Listen, sometimes the truth is the hardest thing to deal with.
It may be painful, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. And as Jeff Bezos said, in every organization, you need some people who are going to tell the truth. Everybody can be part of the herd mentality. Everyone cannot be part of the herd mentality. And we do not want people to be part of the herd mentality. We want you to be able to think for yourself. If you have questions, question whatever it is, and let the chips fall where they may.
Absolutely.
But if we got this type of herd mentality where you only thinking, all right, he said this, you know what? We have to go and regurgitate whatever he said. Nah, that ain't making sense. That doesn't make sense. And we are not going to do that. Listen, whichever party says whatever it is, if it makes sense, we will talk about it. If it don't make sense, and we have to fact check you, we will fact check you. Right, Tommy?
Correct.
As a matter of fact, I said something about fact check. Let me see if I get this. This video here. I'm looking for it. It is. There's not that one there. I'm looking for a video here. Sometimes when you want to find them video, you can't find the video on them, eh? I'll go find it. I'll go look for it and find it. But anyway, I want you all to listen to this video. This is where we get fact checking from, United States of America. Because during the last election, which was lost by Donald Trump, people were fact checking Donald Trump when he was having press conference. He had a press conference, and right there and then, he was being fact checked. Take a listen to this, folks. And we go fact check some other people too, eh? Take a listen to this. Listen to this.
Joining us now with a fact check. We'll start, Steve, with the issue of crime. Take a look.
We are a nation where free speech is no longer allowed and where crime is rampant and out of control like never, ever before.
He's always going with the carnage, Steve. Is it true?
No, crime is not out of control like it's ever been before. And in fact, crime is actually continuing to drop under President Biden. So let's take a look at violent crime. This is per 100,000 people in relationship to our size of our population. And you can see that violent crime actually since 2020 has dropped by 15%, 339 violent crimes per 100,000 people. It's below any place it was during the Trump administration, and it's had this huge drop in 2023. The same is basically true of property crime. You can see here, this is people robbing homes and things of that like, down 7%, 1,830 per 100,000 people. So this is a complete fiction that crime is up under the Biden administration.
There's also Donald Trump's false claims when it comes to President Biden's energy policy. Listen to this.
On day one of our new administration, we will end Biden's nation-wrecking war on American energy.
Okay, Steve Ratner, again, what are the facts?
We have had record energy production under the Biden administration. This combines nuclear, fossil fuels, and renewables. And you can see here that we have never had energy production this high. And then the other thing.
Folks, that is where We at WZYE TV, Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street, we are the fact check kings in Trinidad and Tobago. Fact check kings. And we have many examples to show it. But I want to do a recent one, because I listened to our program this morning with Miss Fallacious. I forget her real name. She's on the morning program from 5 to 8 o'clock. Right? And I listened to this diatribe here. Listen to this diatribe here. And then I'll play a follow-up video of a person calling her program previously and calling out. I want you all to listen to this. Take a listen to this.
You see why they just have a problem with my program, Juliet program, Google program? Because this program, or these programs, bring awareness to the population. And it has some people who just based on collecting a taste. I wouldn't call it honey, I will call it diabetes, because too much of sweetness will give you diabetes. I didn't come here for that. And I ain't come here for no organization to pay me to come and sit down in front of this mic to fool nobody. When I tell you something, I mean what I tell you. And if I know coming to tell you something, it's not worthy of putting it in the public domain or in your airspace, I ain't doing it. I am controlled by nobody but God. And I think you all just see that. Because I love to voice my opinion. Don't stifle me. My 4 boys, know if they have something to say, we will quarrel how much. I might look to lick you down. I might look to put a cocktail on you. But I just want to listen to what you have to say. Don't matter how disrespectful it may be. I want to hear. So I could know you're thinking. And then I will tell myself if you're worthy of a cocktail. Big or small. Don't worry. I could stand up on a chair to make height. Come and I'll drop it on you. And if you raise back your hand at me, then that means you are not worthy to be in my space. So I'm saying this to tell Trinidad and Tobago. When I come here, I want to bring the truth and nothing but the truth.
Mm.
So Tommy, you hear that, right?
You better watch out. You do better not raise back your hand at her.
Eh?
Once you drop it on you, better not raise back your hand.
Is she gonna drop it like it's hot?
Very hot.
Oh God. Tommy, now listen to a caller calling and talking to this same lady. This is a caller, right? Calling and talking to this same lady. Take a listen. Them not ready, Listen to this.
What you think the role is?
Sharon, you ever protect and serve?
Protect and serve is put the TTPS motto.
Sharon, let me tell you something, I don't want to go down the road this morning with you, right?
You need to call me off here because we will go down a road and you and I will fall out. So right. I don't want us to fall out.
I don't care about that because you know why? You're too deceitful and I don't.
That is not deceitful. How that is deceitfulness, mommy? How that is deceitfulness?
Tommy, them just make it too easy, You coming on your program and you telling people, well, when I come here, I only bring the truth. Nobody don't pay me. Wait this. No organization don't pay me to fool nobody. I control by nobody. No organization don't pay you, Miss Fallacious. None? Really? What about the organization that starts with a P and N with an M? They don't pay you? Just asking. I ain't sure. They don't pay you. But look, woman, mommy.
No, I work for free.
I work for free. I work for free. Look, poor mommy. Mommy, and then as I said, mommy called she and tell she too damn deceitful. Tommy, I didn't say it, you know. Mommy called she and tell she that. I don't. What does deceitful mean, Tommy? I don't remember. What does that mean?
It means you're not. It means you're not truthful.
Oh, nah. But she just say she does when she comes here. She does only bring the truth.
It means you're deceiving someone.
Mommy tells she, you're too damn deceitful. Mommy, you know, mommy. Oh God, Tommy, them should say, when we come, we bring the truth.
Because we have no axe to grind. We are in nobody's pocket.
And that is it, Tommy. That is it. We are nobody paying the piper, you know. Nobody paying the piper.
That's why we speak up about things that we believe that are wrong, dead wrong.
So mommy exposed you to the fullest. Mommy, thank you for that. And Tommy, all the other fact check, we fact check them. We tired fact check them. And then after the top of the hour, I want to play something else with Mr. Rooster. A woman called the program today. Oh God. Hey, Tommy, let me go to the chat before we go to the break.
Yeah, but what I want us to get to is the fact that we'll be so busy giving pertinent information, we wouldn't have time to even dwell on what they are concerned about. But be that as it may, we'll get to that.
Every once in a while, we just have to straighten them out. You know what I mean? And let them continue to know that you fact check kings, listening to what all you have to say. And if all you ain't bringing it right, we go fact check all you. And when we fact check all you, we go expose all you. Exposure, we go expose all you. Not for the good, but for you to do the right thing and talk the right language. And don't come and try to deceive people when you know you're deceitful. It's not me say it, you know, it's mommy say it. Mommy!
You know, but claims of edification has to be substantiated. They have to edify people when they're saying that they're edifying people and not misedify.
Correct is right. You miseducating people and you telling people you're trying to edify them with what? With what? Miseducation? Nah. Something wrong, man. Something wrong. Yes, something had to be wrong. But folks, it's In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street on WZYE 95.9 FM. Of course, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's from 7 to 10 p.m. You can send your voice notes at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Or 973-609-6509. Or 973-609-6509.
Right. So you can send both your WhatsApp, you can make both WhatsApp calls and send WhatsApp messages. We're going to go for a quick station identification. Stick and stay. It's In the Village with yours truly, Professor Wall Street, Uncle Tommy, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM. On WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to In the Village with your hosts, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Hi, this is Rihanna.
Hey, what's up? This is Ludacris.
What's up, y'all? This is Nicki Minaj.
You're rocking with the best. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
This is Travis Scott, 21-7.
You're listening to In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
What it do is some baby and we in the mix.
What's up? It's your boy Usher.
What's up, y'all? This is Beyonce.
Yeah, it's your boy Chris Brown right here.
Playing nothing but the best. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Of course, we are back with you. It's In the Village with yours truly, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Let's go to the chat, Tommy. Takesha says, I ain't see no police out here. They come in. All they see, the Minister of National Security say more police patrol after high-place murders. That's what it is today. We're gonna read that for you. That's what the Minister of National Security said. Tommy, you know, I don't understand something.
What don't you understand?
What them just be thinking sometimes? That as soon as something happens, more of something happens for a short period of time, and then it goes back to normal. For example, Carnival, you had hundreds of police on the street. Hundreds. Police, army, Coast Guard, SRPs, all kind of thing on the street. As soon as Carnival finished, back to normal. People getting gunned down in broad daylight. Nobody ain't getting catch. People gunned down in half place. And the best the Prime Minister could do is put a post on social media and the Commissioner of Police release a tape. Let me listen to it. We'll come back to the chat. And the Prime Minister listen to the Prime Minister, the Commissioner of Police release an audio with KFC welcome. KFC welcome. Turn on your computer.
Good night, Mr. What?
Turn on your computer.
Good night, Mr. Washit.
Yeah.
Good night, Mr. Washit. Good night, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah, man.
Good night, sir.
You're back.
Uncle Tommy, I tell Uncle Tommy
Washit.
but yeah.
You know what all that shooting will go on this Saturday night. What I got to tell you, it had a crucial will come in later on in the when Sunday morning. You know, it had a real police up and down. And all corners. Yeah.
You see? So them only
them protecting the white folks and them, man.
We're protecting foreigners. That's what they in the business are protecting.
Yeah, they're protecting foreigners.
Yeah. As soon as them come, we want to show you how good this place is. We don't want the locals to see how good the place is, you know. Them foreigners and that shocking.
But what shoot and told me, but all them police and them I see for Carnival, I see long, I see short, police with big belly, fat. You see police.
Where them going now?
Yeah, me watch it.
Yeah, we hearing you. Where them going now? Where them going? Where them going?
It have a camp over in the back here. The back in the camp in the back here. A police base. Yeah, they before the carnival you see them walking down, going down inside they're doing exercise now.
No thing
I
back.
see Dr. Rolly getting on bad in the parliament, boy.
What you saying? You know?
He's saying with the tax thing now.
Property tax?
He said he said if you had to get voted, you're doing the right thing for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Tax them more.
KFC, you sure?
Man, going everybody in the parliament. You ain't taking him in?
Nah, I ain't take. I was in class. I ain't taking me. I gotta go.
I mean, take him last. I see it on the 7 o'clock news and CMC
Okay,
that tonight.
okay. All right, I go look for it. I go see if I get it. If you're scared, send it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bless.
All right, love,
Yeah, man.
love and respect. Uncle Tommy, all in blue, boy.
Yeah.
What's up, man? When you
Yeah.
come, I can't 9 by.
I go let you know. We go let you know.
Must good night to Tunji, Lockton Leston, Kingsley, and the son you could only beat them down there. Love and respect. Lockton Leston.
Yeah, man. Straight and
Okay. Okay.
man. So Tommy, here is the audio from the Commissioner of Police.
Police Commissioner Erla Christopher said the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service will continue its commitment to dismantle criminal gangs in the country. Responding to the killing of 5 people at Harp Place in Port of Spain on Saturday, she said the senseless murders must be brought to an end, noting that the TTPS will continue to do everything possible to reduce the spate of criminal activity in the country.
We are resolute in working to find the perpetrators of this heinous act. We have deployed a coordinated multi-agency approach and are hopeful in making a breakthrough. I again give my commitment to all law-abiding citizens that the TTPS is focused on directing all available resources into protecting them from the scourge of gun violence, gang violence, and the stress and trauma associated with the loss of loved ones and members of our communities that comes with reprisals and counter-reprisals.
Commissioner Christopher said they will continue efforts with families to provide pathways out of violence for young people and prosecution for those who are hell-bent on maintaining a life of crime.
Tommy, do you believe that Erla Christopher is up to the task of doing the job of a commissioner of police in Trinidad and Tobago?
She may be in over her head.
What else? I don't understand what maybe means.
I'm saying that she may be in over her head.
I don't know what maybe means. Maybe is that you're in or you're over your head. You can't be. She half over she head then. She in the middle. She not fully over.
You're trying to pin me down, but I could be wrong. I stand corrected if I'm wrong. That's why I say she may be in over her head.
Well, let me say this. I believe that the making her the first woman commissioner of police was a good breakthrough for women in Trinidad and Tobago.
It was a great gesture.
Yes, it was an excellent gesture. And in my estimation, I thought she would have gone over and beyond to prove her mettle and do things a little different. Right? But I'm sorry, she has failed miserably.
Well, I would say that there are many people who want to see her succeed and would do anything to help her with her success.
You know, you're absolutely correct. And let me say this. My friend, I call him a friend, Wayne Hay, the watchman, could have helped that woman tremendously as a paid consultant.
Well, look, even our
here we go. Yes. Sergeant Ramsey.
Yes. Even Sergeant Ramsey, yes.
Correct.
Can be of great assistance to her.
Right. So that's 2 Trinbagonians, 2 Trinidadians, born and bred in Trinidad. However, have gone across this world, not just like Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. They have gone across the world and deal with some of the most difficult places in this world with respect to crime. And they're sitting there telling you, listen, just call. Give me we don't want to be a SRP. Right?
And Sergeant Ramsey has volunteered his service
tell him don't get him nothing for free. Not for free.
Right. He shouldn't be given
Nah,
away.
don't get him. Yeah, don't get him nothing free.
But they put less value on it.
Yes. When it's free, they don't value you. Because them fellas coming from Canada and United Kingdom and the USA that don't look like you and I, they just put full value in them. Full value.
You see, but what happens is that ones that look like you and I who are of Trinidad background, they have skin in the game. So that's why they're committed to making life better for the citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago. And that being said, puts them in a place where they are willing to do it for free.
Yeah,
which shouldn't be.
Yeah, which shouldn't be.
Which shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But
Because
they feel committed.
No, Kirk is right, Tommy. But you see, Tommy, Trinidad and Tobago, the residents who live outside of Trinidad and Tobago and have vast experience that can help the country for the past 9 years, right? I would like to know how many, how do you call them? What do you call us? Foreigners? What do you call us? What do they call us?
Expats?
Let's say expats. Well, I thought expats could be people who from another country and working in Trinidad, you know. Could that be too? People from another country, they call them expats. Anyway, whatever they call them, whatever they call us, I believe that we have a lot to share with Trinidad and Tobago. Listen carefully what I'm saying. We have a lot to share with Trinidad and Tobago based on our expertise in this country for years upon years upon years.
Exposure, I would say.
The global exposure. You know, Tommy, it's funny, I went home one time and I went to the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange and I was amazed back in that time. I was like, this is the exchange?
Antiquated.
They had like,
Antiquated.
Oh, you're being generous. I was like, this is what you guys call an exchange? And then I went to speak to the person who was in charge of the Securities and Exchange Commission, a person from England, United Kingdom, in charge of the Securities and Exchange Commission. And I said to myself, well, wait now, boy. You know, she in charge of the Securities and Exchange Commission. And I said, well, you know, maybe I should think about coming back to Trinidad and but they ain't gonna give me that work. Being in charge of the Securities and Exchange Commission. And I told me I'll never forget this, When Flour Mills was going public, I was still working at the New York Stock Exchange. I got a broker and I wanted to buy 5,000 shares or something, right? Because I thought it would have been a good buy. You know, Tommy, I never got an execution.
Wow.
I never received an execution.
Did you get an explanation?
What explanation? No. And listen to this, I had put in a market order in stocks. When you're buying stocks and you're putting a market order, you pay whatever the market, you pay the market price.
That's right.
Whatever the price is, you want to pay. If between the bid and the ask, the bid is 20, whatever it is, you saying whatever the market price is, you will pay for it.
Let me take this call right quick.
Yeah, I never even received an execution. And I asked them, I said, but how could that make any sense? I put in a market order and I don't get an execution. They say, well, there's people ahead of you. People ahead of me? What about if they had an order at a different price? My price is the market price. So whatever the market is, that's what I want to pay. I ain't got no execution. I couldn't believe it. And I had to tell them, listen, folks, all of that don't make sense. That don't make sense. If I put in a market order, if you put in a market order 99.9% of the times,
You get what you ordered.
you get an execution because you paying whatever the market price is. You don't care. You just want to buy the stock. And that's what it is. I ain't getting no execution. I said, boy, them need that. Listen, if it was in this country, that broker, but if you put in a market order, you don't get execution. That broker will give you the stock at a price what was trading back then, wherever it is, because
That's
you
right.
go and complain to the SEC or the New York Stock Exchange on them, and them know what it is. And I looking at the price and I said, what kind of madness is this in Trinidad and Tobago?
See, for errant behavior, there are no consequences in Trinidad. That's why things go the way they go and keep going ratty to ra. And not only in that respect, but in all other respects, or just about all other respects.
Absolute correct. And Tommy, I hear them talking about them want other companies to list on the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange. I said, but wait now. I said, to me, you will like one of these companies to list on the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ. That seemed to be the bigger picture to me.
Right.
I don't even know what is the volume. I don't follow the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange. I don't even know what the volume that's traded on a daily basis. I don't know how much thousands of shares that's traded. As a matter of fact, I look it up. I don't even know. You understand?
After they put such a bitter taste in your mouth, I don't blame you.
No, I say I'm not wasting my time. I never ever think about buying any shares on the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange. None. Absolutely none. Because it didn't make sense if you put in a market order and you can't get execution. What is the sense?
Most business.
So it that men who was directors, them sitting around a table and them deciding who will get an execution and who wouldn't get execution. That's how it was.
Hanna-Barbera.
So them sit down and they say, who is this fella? You are a market order. Now put it to the back of the bus. You ain't gonna get no execution. What you can do? There's nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing.
Who you complain to?
Who is guarding the guard? Yeah. Okay. Darren says Keith Rowley came in Parliament and get on like a raging bull. Today?
Who's surprised?
Yeah, I don't see what's surprising about that. The PNM sold out to the oligarchy and lost its social touch with the people. Yeah. Today we used to attack Royal Tackler saying on the Sesame Street show. I listened to that one. I wonder if I had that one, boy. I don't know if yeah, boy, that man, that fella, boy. Shh. Anyway. The property tax will not be going to the corporation. Rather, it will be going to the consolidated fund and then dispersed. The corporation is an offset. Tommy, that's a good point. And I was under the assumption that the property tax was going straight to the corporation. Isn't that what they said they were going to do?
How many things did they say that they're going to do it and they didn't do it? Are you surprised?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Wow.
No, I'm surprised because this was the mantra during the local government election that when the money was collected, it will go to the corporation. Right? So I think how many corporations it is? 14 corporations, I think, whatever the amount of corporations are. Right? It will go to the corporations and then the corporation will use the money as they see fit. Right? So that's not the case, Tommy?
Obviously not.
All right. Okay.
Because the money is going into the treasury, the normal.
So what about transparency and accountability?
Well, what about it?
There's no transparency. So who knows how much millions of dollars each one collects? How do we know?
Well, we have to believe what they tell you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so they tell we they collected 10 million. That is what it is. Okay. All right. Ken John, welcome. Marilyn, welcome. Good night to everyone in the live watching from New York. Welcome to you, Marilyn. Patricia, welcome. Pleasant evening, Professor Watson and Uncle Tommy, and everyone locked on. Have a wonderful evening. Ken John says good night to Takesha. Good night, Ansem and Tommy. Marilyn says Patricia Hutchison, good night. Highly welcome. Anselm, did Rowley show a graph like that to tell Chinayana Bigger the Treasury has no money? That graph does not tell anyone how crime is done. That is lies and deception, not facts. Okay. Okay. Aha. And someone told me, you guys. All right, Ken.
Well, it's only a matter of time. You can fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Vijam say ungrateful. Patricia says it's very surprising that mommy will tell her that like they're falling apart. Whoa, yeah, boy, mommy tells she. I shocked when I hear mommy tell she that Patricia. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, something wrong. You know? Yeah.
There's only so much abuse people can take.
I'm telling you. Okay. Richard Young, how are you? And Richard Young, it's not Beyonce, it's Beyonce. All right? It's Beyonce. If you want to if you want to make people look bad, at least be able to spell now, man. At least. All right? Right, Tommy?
Correct.
He said, you know, you know. Oh God. Some people is something else they choose it over. It's not Beyonce, it's Beyonce. All right? And don't worry, we have that under control. Hey, Richard? Oh God. All right. Tommy, I don't know what to say, but I really don't know what to say.
Well, don't say nothing.
All right. Ah! Okay, Tommy. I ain't gonna say nothing. Takesha said they could step up mobiles in all these hotspot areas and bring out the army to do foot patrol. Of course they could. They could. But you see, it's gimmicks after gimmicks after gimmicks. Look, Hines says more police patrol after her place murders. Let's read that article. That just come out to me. So Tommy, what about patrol just all across the country, 40 places with all the police? Less police doing desk duty and more police patrolling the communities. How about that?
I'm sure they are hearing all the requests for boots on the ground over and over and over and over. But do they really care?
Really?
Do they really care? I don't think so.
Okay.
And if, God forbid, that they decide to listen and put boots on the ground, it's going to be terrorizing the public instead of just doing what they're supposed to do the right way.
Here it is. Today's Newsday. Headline. Just as you see there on the screen. Hines in Newsday. Hines, more police patrol after her place murders. National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines has said a heightened police presence is on the ground at her place, Port of Spain, after 5 people were killed in a gang attack there on March 16. He made this statement in a response to a question from Oropouche East MP, Dr. Rudal Munilal, in the House of Representatives on March 18th. There are Police Sergeant Larry Phillips, Rudolph James, Randy Graves, Peter Norrie, and Devon Jack. 3 others, Richard Pierre, Wendell Primus, and Akina Thomas, were injured and hospitalized. In the aftermath of the murders, police and soldiers were sent to the area. You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
In the aftermath. Them not trying to prevent things,
Strictly reactionary.
Strictly reactionary. Hines told MPs that after the incident, Commissioner of Police Earl Harewood Christopher ordered an intensification of static mobile and foot patrol in the area. Oh God. He added that the police victim support unit is providing counseling for residents traumatized by the incident. Hayes reiterated his description of the incident as horrendous and very violent. There are several strands to this problem, he said, and the government has been tackling this type of crime in different ways. He identified the boosting of Trinidad and Tobago cooperation with international partners as one of them. Let me take this call. KFC. KFC, turn on your computer. KFC.
When I Mr. Washington, when I Mr. Tommy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was the PNM, but the son was so backward. Remember that stone throw a man get Quebec National School there?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that area is supposed to be locked, because the prices killing.
Mm.
It's supposed to have police. It's supposed to have police at 24. And plus, the army base and locking on them areas and them there.
Them supposed to be locking on them areas.
After all them plan them there, them now sending police on the ground.
Them now sending them on the ground.
And so yes.
No sending them. No, after the fact, as Tommy say, reactionary. We don't need reactionary.
Go
ahead.
Don't move and try that, them police them, when they're there, then come in and patrol and kind of lock down the place, Yeah, they're there first.
Yeah, they're
People are there. For them to come out.
That's sad, man. That's sad.
We are.
Yeah.
I break. Yeah, boy, it was shit. But when I see that set of murders and shooting going in Port of Spring this Saturday, sure, they're really rich, really rich. Let's go and show that the national don't care again, And Heinz and Wall Street, the minister for wrong, you go down there as yet and talk to the plan,
Who's that? Who's the person for there? Who's the
Stuart Young ain't go down there and show some sort of comfort to the residents.
Yeah, I would have thought that Stuart Young would have gone there already if he's the MP for the area. I thought he would have been there a long time.
I would put them wrong there and wake up and get rid of this evil, wicked, heartless PNM government. I go on by, I fed up by Wall Street, but another PNM government here, but nah, boy. I too much of a wickedness, boy.
Boy, in high places. Yeah, man, bless. Tell me why.
It's kind of disheartening.
Boy, disheartening and depressing, boy.
Yep.
And then you listen to let me finish read this. Okay. There are several strands to this problem, he said. The government has been tackling this type of crime in different ways. He identified boosting of Trinidad and Tobago cooperation with international partners as one of them. We have found that the majority of weapons that contribute to this sort of things are coming from the U.S. The U.S. government, Hines continued, has been working with law enforcement agencies to deal with the inflow of illegal guns. He said government has received equipment such as ballistic testing technology from international agencies to assist law enforcement, in tracking down the perpetrators of gun crime. Hayes identified the Gun Reduction and Community Project GRACE as one of the several initiatives the government is undertaking to make communities more resilient and stamp out crime there. He said the situation is not helped by people trying to score cheap political points from tragedies like this, what happened at Harp Place on March the 16th. Monilal asked Hines if he will visit Harp Place to reassure residents that there will be justice for the people who were murdered. Speaker Bridget Annaseth George disallowed Munilal's question. She said in relation to his earlier question to Hines and the answer Hyde provided, this new question was out of order and not in accordance with the House standing orders. Why you can't answer a question like that?
It looks like the whole parliament is being bullied.
I don't get it.
I can't. It's beyond me. Question seems straightforward, simple, and concise as far as I can tell.
Now, Tommy, while I'm here, right? Homeowner. There's another article here that says homeowners want clarity on erratic property tax valuation. Property owners say while they appreciate the finance minister's proposal to decrease the property tax by 1%, the percentage was never a problem. The issue, they said, was the valuation of their properties and the lack of transparency about the way it was calculated. Property tax is based on a percentage of the annual rental value of the property after deduction of 10% for voids. For residential properties, the government has proposed to reduce the tax from 3 to 2%, and vacant residential land is 3.5%. What is that one?
That doesn't add up.
The government
land
is 3.5%. What is that one? I don't understand that one. That's a new one.
Why should that be more than undeveloped land?
I'm not reading this here. This is how could that make any sense to me? I'm not reading that. I want to think that this is an error. Vacant residential land is 3.5%. So if your land is in a residential area and it's vacant, it's 3.5%.
How do you determine an ARV on that vacant residential land?
Well, if you put a house on it, you go figure out where you can rent it for.
No, but if it's vacant, there's no house on it. And the ARV has to be determined as to what you can rent it for without a house.
All right, Tommy. I gotta do a little homework. Don't worry. I just reading this here. I was like, vacant residential land is 3.5%. Maybe people in the chat can help us.
God knows what the logic is, but it's just brighter minds than mine, I know.
So let me see if I understand this. If you have land with a residence on it, that is 2%. If you have land that's vacant, that is 3.5%. Is that the way you understand it?
That's what it sounds like to me. But the only thing that I want to know, how do you determine the ARV on vacant residential land?
Okay, let me read on. Commercial property tax is 5%. Industrial with buildings is 6%. And industrial without buildings is 3%.
Okay.
So there is a classification in Trinidad of industrial lands, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have an industrial that's classified as industrial land with a building, that is 6%. And if it's without, that's 3%. But Tommy, a vacant residential land is 3.5%.
Yes.
How is that making any sense?
A lot of things don't seem to add up, but maybe they know they bright. I'm saying maybe their minds are brighter than mine, and maybe yours too.
Okay, all right. So let me go on. Vacant, commercial, and industrial is 5%. Agricultural is 1%, and vacant agriculture is 2%. The government moved to begin collecting only from residential properties in 2024. The proposed amendment, if approved, will extend the time for the Valuation Division and the Board of Inland Revenue to complete their work and give homeowners up to 6 months to lodge complaints. According to the Office of the Prime Minister website, the rental value is calculation of the rent the property will obtain on the open market if it were put up for rent. The qualified professional of the Valuation Division of the Ministry of Finance are responsible for calculating the annual rental value of properties based on the following established criteria. Tommy, listen to this.
Yeah, I'm listening.
The qualified professionals at the Valuation Division of the Ministry of Finance are responsible for calculating the ARV of properties based on the following established criteria. Location of the property, which is neighborhood. Classification of the property, executive, modern, standard 1 and 2. Category of the property, agricultural, commercial, residential, industrial. Dimensions, property floor area, modifications to the particular property. Oh boy. Oh.
Okay.
Trinidad and Tobago in a mess. This government and this country in a mess. This
You
is
could
what,
don't let their sycophants hear you.
no, but I'm just reading from what this is quoting. This is in quoting. The qualification professional, the valuation division of the Ministry of Finance are responsible for calculating the ARV of properties based on the following established criteria. Location of the property, neighborhood, right? So that means to say, the example that I gave, if you live up the hill in South Orange, or you live down the hill in South Orange, a person up the hill should be paying more than a person down the hill, but they shouldn't be paying the same percentage. Let me go on anyway. But exactly how the ARV is calculated is still a mystery, and many are complaining of exorbitant amount for simple homes or widely varying amounts on different notices for the same location. Afra Raymond, managing director of Raymond and Peer Limited, a company chartered valuation surveyors, real estate agents, and property consultants, said there was so many discrepancy because of the mass valuation approach, which will produce a certain percentage of erratic valuations. He added that in his opinion, viewing the outside of a building to evaluate it was an acceptable way for the government to do, as there were many properties to get through. It is plainly impossible for the valuation division to inspect and measure each property which is to be taxed. So the approach has to be crowdsourced, one in which the inevitable objections and the resolutions of these objections refine the initially imperfect valuation rule. The valuation rule is the database which shows each property and is intended to allow the comparisons of the properties assessment. He's also spoke to the property tax amendment tabled in Parliament on March 15, which sought to reduce the residential tax from 3 to 2% and includes a section that could extend the BIR's deadline to issue notices of assessment to June 30 for this year only. It also extends the objection period from 30 days to 6 months, which will allow the finance minister to amend schedules for certain acts, and made it so that Parliament would have to actively prevent the minister from making such changes, rather than his needing the Parliament permission to do so. He said the extension was a value opportunity for the government to fix some of the defects of the current arrangement, especially that of valuation rules and the use of agents. He said 6 of the 10 grounds for objection listed at the back of the printed notices of valuation referred to the valuation rule, but it was unavailable to the taxpayers or public. I have been told by the senior officials that the role cannot be disclosed due to its conflict with Data Protection Act. The details in the valuation rules are all already published in the Register General's online database of registered deeds and RPO documents, save and except for the actual property tax amount. If this fundamental defect is not rectified, it is my view that the property tax could be effectively inoperable and vulnerable to judicial review as defective, unfair legislation, perhaps even to the event of it being declared unconstitutional. Oh boy. In addition, he suggested that agents be allowed to lodge an objection with written authorization from the taxpayer. He said at the initial stage, either taxpayer or the agent could file property tax returns, so it's unacceptable that only the taxpayer may lodge an objection. During the conversation with the Prime Minister Forum at Skiffabunch Panyard, Coffee Street, San Fernando on March 5th, PM Rowley addressed concerns about the valuation. He says, provision in the law is there for a person genuinely believes that the valuation, that rentable value is out of whack, that you could go make a complaint to the tribunal. But it's in a system of comply and complain. Because if we say complain and don't pay, then everybody will not pay and complain. But if it's a system of comply and complain, you pay it, you're complaining, the tribunal will look at it, and if the tribunal reviews it, then you get a credit towards the next year's taxes. I didn't get that, man. If I appeal my taxes and I win, shouldn't I get a revaluation right there and then?
Well, you should get a revaluation, but they say comply and then complain. So they say, even if you appeal, still pay and complain.
But if you win, I still pay the same amount until next year and then you get my credit?
That's what you probably would have to do with the credit on the next billing cycle.
But how would that make any sense? Aren't you billing me monthly?
I don't know. Don't have a clue.
Okay.
But I would tend to think it'd be flexible where you could do monthly or annually.
Okay. However, according to MP for Barataria San Juan, Saddam Hussein, the valuation tribunal has not yet been appointed. Speaking at the UNC conference on March 10, Hussein said he had written to President Christine Kangaloo to inquire on the tribunal's status, and she confirmed she has not appointed a valuation tribunal. A man from Maraval complained he had 4 notices of valuation addressed to him, even though he had only 2 properties. He said he received 2 valuations for the property he lived in that had vastly different ARVs and a valuation in his name for a property he never owned. He said one of the notice of valuation for his home listed apartment 1 and apartment 2, even though it was one building. For my home, one of the notice said the ARV of one of the apartments was $280,000, which means per month it's over $20,000 in rent. I say that can't be my place either. I don't know what's going on, but that kind of craziness we're going through. Also, at his second property, a neighbor got a valuation for his building, and the ARV was different from the one he received. He recalled the valuator visited and asked how many rooms were in the house and took pictures of the outdoors, but he did not know how his second property was evaluated, as neither he nor his family was there to open the building to evaluator or to answer any questions. Look, I have no problem paying the tax, but the valuation is all over the place. You can't tell me you watch a picture of a man's place and decide the value. They don't know. I'm not asking you how old the house is or if your roof rotten. Just because it's looking nice doesn't mean it's in the best shape. And the prime minister is saying comply and complain. So what? I have to pay 4 sets of taxes and hope they figure it out if ever. What do I do if the next year comes and they have not addressed the discrepancy? Pay again? Just because you own property doesn't mean you're rich and have money to waste. He said he sent an email to the Commissioner of Valuations, but have not yet received a reply. A Diego Martin homeowner recalled she went to the Ministry of Finance office to submit her valuation return form in May 2017 and submitted a deed, a water bill, an electricity bill, previous land and building tax receipts, and photos of the property. At some point between then and 2021, a valuation officer visited the property, which had 4 apartments, because the property did not have any tenants. He was not able to go inside, but he looked around outside. She was never given a copy of that valuation report. She received a notice of valuation dated October the 23rd, which she did not receive until December of that year because she was not in the country to sign for it. It stated that the ARV was $180,000 or $15,000 per month. She had 30 days to appeal to the Commissioner of Valuations. So they gave a picture. So it goes on and on and on and on.
I can imagine.
Oh boy.
Never ends.
I don't know what to say. Okay. Caribbean Soul says the lioness. Most of the time, it's innocent people, even people are scared to walk. Sometimes when you look around, it's like people actually looking like they're jogging on the sidewalk. Okay. Caribbean Soul says walls. I believe Ola Christopher wants to do the job right, but the leaders have her under their coat, and she has no choice but to listen.
Okay.
If you can play the game in rowdy, then get out. So they think.
Oh well.
Wall Street, the shares probably happen for a good reason. As all know, you would have been supporting flour price increase because you will get more money on your shares. The taxes collected is going to the consolidated fund. The Minister of Finance will disperse it. I told you that was different. If the government collects 10 million from the Tonopuna area, and the Tonopuna normally gets funded 5 million in the budget, 5 million of that tax will go to the budget, nothing more. Okay. Prasad, welcome. Highly said answer. What is New York City going to do about them? 1 million illegal immigrants who causing chaos. They will fix that, Highly. Don't worry. And somehow all them illegal immigrants get into America, but Trinidadians can't even buy a visa. Okay. Trinidad Margo, welcome. Prasad, Ramnath said that's a new one. What's a new one, Prasad? He said he think they're making it up as they go along. Darren says Wall Street, you should look at what Saddam Hussein said in Parliament. The information he revealed is mind boggling. Yeah, I wonder in Capitan like Tobago didn't get excess tax for taxes. I think we have like 2 or 3 Tobagos. I expect that PNM supported evaluation will be much cheaper and better than everyone else. Nah, highly. But highly, I don't think so. I don't think when they go to a house they know who is PNM or UNC. Tommy, I want to make highly and yeah, KFC.
The night was shit.
Yeah.
Was shit.
Yeah, we listening. We hearing you.
You know the queen. You know the queen has she on the program now.
Yeah, I saw it. You know, I saw a picture with a woman with Stuart Young and Faris Alwawi. Who was that?
You know queen are talking about that on the program.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
It's on Hot Off the Press, right?
Yeah.
But I saw a person with Stuart Young and Faris Alwawi, and it looked like her. Was that her? Did you see the pictures?
No, I see the picture.
I'll go send it for you.
All right.
All right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw a picture. So, Tommy, I wanted to make Hailey and Trinidad Margo to show them how balanced we are. I got this video, and it's a video by their political leader. And the video makes sense, eh? It makes a lot of sense. And the thing he's saying is right. So listen to this video by highly political leader, highly and Trinidad Margo political leader. Listen to this.
Say in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. There are people who keep coming on my threads, on my posts, on my videos, pretending that the whole world collapsing like Trinidad collapsing, pretending that the whole world failing like Trinidad and Haiti and Gaza failing. I want to show you. Look at this video. This video is a simple day in St. John's, Antigua. The Explorer of the Seas, the Costa Fortuna, the Costa Pacifica, the Ada Perla, and Enchanted Princess cruise ships all docked at the same time at the Heritage Quay in St. John's. That's 15,000 plus passengers. The Prime Minister of Antigua said they had over 141,000 passengers in the month of February alone. 141,000 passengers. The average cruise ship passenger spend per day on land is in excess of 100 US. Let's say 100 US. That's 100 million TT that they made in February alone. Pure profit, eh? That 100 US is going straight in the hands of suppliers, providers, restaurants, Uber drivers, taxi drivers, people selling food, people selling knickknacks and tourist things all on the port, all through the country. But that money goes straight into the hands of everyday people. That 100 million TT, $1.2 billion straight into the economy. So when you ask me where to go, if we leave here, we need to go to a better Trinidad and Tobago. If cruise ships alone could bring $1.2 billion directly into the hands of normal, everyday, bottom of the rung people, service providers, if just that could bring $1.2 billion, we bring one cruise ship here in 6 months, celebrate the cruise ship arrival, and they rob the passengers as they come in. The country has failed. And it not failed because of its location in the world. It failed because of the government. Pete Rowley is a jackass. I am not joking. 10 people were murdered yesterday, and this basket of foolishness telling the nation what he's grappling with. Grappling my ass. Where are the secured borders? Where are the unstuffing of the containers on the ports? Where? You're fooling Trinidadians, and you have Trinidadians like fools now fighting over property tax. All your overtax. Let me tell you something about this property tax. Stamp duty is 40 years property tax in front. No house. Every house that exists for 40 years sell 2-3 times. That means the government get 120 times the value. Still coming to get property tax. These people.
So Tommy, I do a lot of cruise myself, right? And the only thing I like to correct is that when a cruise ship docks at a Caribbean island, the cost per person can vary. Generally, port fees in the Caribbean can range from $10 to $50 per person, depending on the specific island and port facilities. These fees are typically included in the cruise fare and cover various services at the port, such as docking tolls, ship inspection, payment for harbor pilot security services, and baggage handling costs. Keep in mind, these fees are mandatory and are charged to all passengers by cruise line to cover the expenses incurred at each port of call. So I think when I heard the $100, I thought that was kind of exorbitant. It's between $10 to $50. Other than that, I think the information what he gave out makes a lot of sense. What says you?
I think you could be on point with the $100 because people buy souvenirs wherever they go.
No, but we're talking about the port of charge. The port of charges goes into your cruise bill, right? So I was just taking into account what they charge you.
But isn't he describing the overall amount of money that is being spent by each passenger?
All right, let's go back and listen. I ain't sure.
Say in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. There are people who keep coming on my threads, on my posts, on my videos, pretending that the whole world collapsing like Trinidad collapsing, pretending that the whole world failing like Trinidad and Haiti and Gaza failing. I want to show you. Look at this video. This video is a simple day in St. John's, Antigua. The Explorer of the Seas, the Costa Fortuna, the Costa Pacifica, the Ada Perla, and Enchanted Princess cruise ships all docked at the same time at the Heritage Quay in St. John's. That's 15,000 plus passengers. The Prime Minister of Antigua said they had over 141,000 passengers in the month of February alone. 141,000 passengers. The average cruise ship passenger spend per day on land is in excess of 100 US. Let's say 100 US. That's 100.
Okay, you were right.
Yes.
So like 100 years, right?
He said average.
Yeah. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes absolute sense. And you know, Tommy, it's interesting, right? I hear Explorer of the Seas and Enchanted, the Enchanted by Caribbean cruises. That's what they call
Royal Caribbean.
Royal Caribbean. There we go. Royal Caribbean. So in cruising, I traveled on the Explorer of the Seas and the Enchanted, and it's funny. Explorer of the Seas was their first, considered to be their first big ship, right? But you know that was a long time ago, right? But then they have another cruise company called MSC. Boy, they have a cruise ship. Man, if you see that thing,
No, MSC, which is Mediterranean Shipping Company. They've been in the cargo business for ages. Because I had an account with them when I had my import export business.
boy, that was really good. That was excellent. Yeah, that was excellent. Yeah. Hey, Renwick from Tobago, we trying to get one person from Tobago who give us all we looking for is the evaluation. We don't need for you to tell us what the property taxes. We're just trying to get someone with an annual rental value. Trinidad Margo said the average excursion is $60 to $125. Okay, plus lunch. You know, where we went, boy? We went. Was it St. John's, boy? We went some one of them place, boy. I ain't gonna lie to me, boy. That was real good, boy. We dock, then we paid for like a maxina, and the maxi take us to the beach. And We spend, you could say, the whole day on the beach, you know, and we buy food on the beach, and that was really good. That was really, really good. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was looking to go Antigua, but I changed to Peru. And I've never been to Peru. Why you change to Peru, Hailey? Hey, you know we passed the top of the hour, Tommy. So, folks, we're gonna go for a quick station identification. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after this short break.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM. And Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to In the Village with your hosts, with Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM.
What's up? It's your boy Usher.
What's up, y'all? This is Beyonce.
It's your boy Chris Brown right here.
Playing nothing but the best. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
What's happening? This your boy Lil Jon.
Hey, yo, this the Yin Yang Twins.
You're listening to the sounds of...
And we doing it real big with my dog.
In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Yeah!
Hey, this is Lady Gaga. Hey, it's Taylor Swift.
You're live in the mix with the one and only.
Hey, this is Justin Timberlake, and this is...
In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
What's up? It's your boy Usher.
What's up, y'all? This is Beyonce.
It's your boy Chris Brown right here.
Playing nothing but the best. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
What's up?
And of course, we're back with you. It's In the Village with yours truly, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. It's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Let's go to some videos that we have here, Tommy. See what we got in the bag of tricks. So, we had the police commissioner, right? And Tommy, would you say that the property tax have been suspended?
Temporarily.
You could say there's a suspension, right?
Yeah, temporarily. That's what we're being told until further notice.
So it's suspended until further notice.
That's what I believe that I read.
That's not what the Minister of Finance said.
With regard to the notices that were posted on the doors of some regional revenue collection offices yesterday, stating that property tax payments had been suspended until further notice, these notices were not authorized and should not have been put up. Contrary to media reports and postings on Facebook and elsewhere, there has been no suspension of property tax. Instead, the government has taken stock of the various issues raised in the public domain regarding the valuation of residential properties, and as a responsible government has decided to take appropriate action to alleviate the concerns as the new system is being rolled out. Some of the issues raised by property owners include: 1. Primarily at the middle to upper levels, there have been several cases of feedback indicating that the annual rental values identified in valuation notices are not consistent with the expectations of property owners or with the current property rental market. 2. Some residential landowners and occupiers in close proximity of each other have complained about discrepancies in annual rental values that appear illogical to them. 3. Other residential landowners and occupiers have complained about what they consider to be the obscure manner through which some annual rental values have been determined. 4. There are some duplicate valuation notices that have been issued to residential landowners. And most importantly, 5. Some property owners believe that notwithstanding the fact that under the old land and building taxes system, the annual rental values used were extremely outdated and in some cases as much as 75 years old, their property tax should be based on the old ARVs. In one case, a property owner who owns a substantial property is insisting that his property tax in 2024 should be in the vicinity of $230 per year, which is equivalent to a current ARV of $8,400 or a rental value of $700 per month, simply because $230 a year is what he paid many years ago under the Land and Building Taxes Act. The government has today introduced a bill entitled the Property Tax Amendment Bill 2024, which with the approval of the House we wish to debate on Monday, March 18, 2024. It is the government's intention to do the following.
So I'm incorrect. I stand corrected. So basically, the fact that it's suspended until further notice that is misinformation someone posted on the doors.
Really, Tommy?
So that's what I'm getting from the last statement from the last video you played.
So the tax haven't been suspended. It's just been altered.
Yeah. He's saying that whoever posted that information on the doors did so erroneously.
I mean, Tommy, really, man? Why don't you just come out and say, listen, we are going to reevaluate the tax. The tax has been suspended until further notice. It's simple.
Because if there's a revaluation, they're going to have to suspend what was thought to be the rule before. But here we have a new rule.
So if you have a new rule, meaning the old rule is suspended.
It's null and void.
I just don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Seriously. You know, Rishi, man, you really think all this talk time after time will change anything in Trinidad? We will depart this world and nothing will change in Trinidad. You can't change a cup to a glass, mate. But you know, Rishi, silence is consent, though.
Yeah, and Rishi, we clearly see we went from 3% to 2%.
Correct. Correct. We clearly see that. We clearly see that. And I have to say, that we have had a significant impact on the reduction in property tax in Trinidad and Tobago. Significant impact. I'll leave it right there. Right? So, Rishi, you know, if you stay silent, Frederick Douglass says, power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did and it never will. If you need something, you got to demand it. If you sit down and be quiet, what they're going to think, you're okay with it. We didn't sit down and be quiet. We were not okay with it. It's the same thing we did with exiled and stranded citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. We weren't quiet. We were very vociferous. Till the end. Mean Gene Julian says, my property and my sister's property in Tobago has not yet been valuated. Okay. Well, then Tobago look like they get away for now. Or they're just leaving treating Tobago as a stepchild. Yeah? So, the property tax have been suspended. It just have been temporarily stopped. Father help us. So, folks, we already know that steel pan have gone global, right, Tommy? We know that for a fact, right? So there was something on Sesame Street that was brought to my attention. Did you see it?
Negative.
Sesame Street?
Play it. Let's see.
Oh, what a lovely sound, Elijah.
Thank you. Whoops. Whoa, I guess I'm not that good at the steel drum. But my son Wes is very good. He's taking lessons from my wife on our homemade steel drum. Oh. But the other day, Wes didn't want to play his drum. He told us that another kid at school said his drum sounded funny.
Oh, no, that is awful.
Yeah, I know. It bothered me. And I could tell it really bothered Wes, too. I just didn't know what to say. I was upset. I realized I needed to take a pause.
That is a great idea. Sometimes we need to take a breather.
Yeah, I need to understand how I felt and acknowledge how Wes felt. Then I reminded him that he plays the steel drums because it connects to his ancestors.
Oh, his Aunt Esther? Oh, must be a wonderful woman.
No. Ancestors. Where and who we come from. You see, Wes has African-American roots from me and Caribbean roots from his mom. Her parents come from Trinidad, where the steel drum is played.
From Trinidad, you say?
Yep. I reminded Wes of that. I just needed a moment to gather myself. See, you don't have to answer right away. It's just important that you do answer. Right, Grover? Right, Grover?
No, I am pausing. Remember, you do not have to answer right away. You just said that.
Yeah, I did. Just as good. Good listening.
Oh, man.
There you have it.
Yep.
We going clear, man. Been going clear.
Yep. Steel drum. Trinidad.
Yeah. Tommy boy, the natural resources. We could say Trinidad is a natural resource of Trinidad. Who doesn't know what to do?
It just needs to be marketed properly.
In 2024, it still needs to be marketed properly. I think that is already out of the tube, if you ask me. Huh?
No, I think we can structure the operation.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's wait and see. But today, the NTA political leader released a video. Let's listen to that video. And of course, it's between Fitzgerald Hines and Gary.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. This is Gary Griffith. Our country begins a new week trying to absorb what took place with the several murders over the weekend, inclusive of 5 in one specific location. What is shocking is to hear a Minister of National Security have the audacity, with the only comment to make is that this is a time for a call to action, and would this be business as usual? We should know that it is not the Commissioner of Police that must be blamed for crime, or Minister of National Security, or Prime Minister, but they are responsible. There's a difference. And to hear these ridiculous comments from the Minister of National Security to state that this should be a time for a call for action, and is this going to be business as usual? This is similar to a captain of a ship, and the ship is sinking, and he's asking the rest of the crew what it is you're going to do about it. This is unbelievable. And not even in a banana republic would we see the person who is the prime leader to secure a country turning around when everything is failing to ask the country, what do you all intend to do about it? This shows why the country is failing, because this man has proven to be the biggest failure as a politician in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. And because all he speaks about is to attack the UNC, attack Kamala, attack Gary Griffith, attack the NTA. And the person who continues to keep him there is just as much a failure as Hines. That is Keith Rowley, because he has refused to accept the fact that Fitzgerald Hines, based on measuring his performance, is a total failure. The country will continue to endure this. All these two individuals do, Rowley and Hines, is to attack the UNC, attack Kamala, attack Gary. That is all they do. They have not brought one single policy in the last 9 years to assist the country in reducing crime or to making your standard of living better. All that they continue to do is to attack, discredit, divide, and to destroy. We had over 120 major policies when I was Commissioner of Police. In that period, we as the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service transformed the police service, made people feel safer, lifted public trust and confidence in the police service to 59%. All that Rowley and Hines have continued to do, both of them, is to dismantle, shut down, and remove everything that was there, inclusive of units, programs, policies, and also mobile patrols, static patrols, foot patrols, inclusive of the same area where there were those several murders in Port of Spain. These people have proven to be the biggest failure, and I ask every single citizen, regardless of your political affiliation, by continuing to keep these two failures there in government, is this going to make your family safer? The answer, you need to decide come general election, because these individuals continue to fail miserably. How could you, as a Minister of National Security, with all of this taking place, try to throw blame on the public by asking them to, as a wake-up call for action, and asking them if it will be business as usual? Because he does not know what to do. He is clueless, and we continue to accept this. Come general election, you decide.
Here it is.
There it is. You know, at least, you know, you have to be honest, right? At least if Gary was there, you know, Gary and I had a little spat. Put it that way. Even if it's Gary was there, boy, there was a sense that you feel safer in Trinidad and Tobago. There was a sense that, you know, you would see him almost every day in the news with a big gun someplace. Perception is reality, you know. And the perception that we are getting these days is that the Commissioner of Police is absent or missing in action. I put it that way. Right? And that is very sad. That is sad. And how are we going to change that, Tommy? What do we need to do in order for things to get better as far as crime is concerned in Trinidad and Tobago? If you ask anyone in Trinidad and Tobago who is aware of what's going on, they will tell you right now, the most important thing is to stem the tide of crime and all the murders we are having up and down the island of Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, I'll tell you something. Perception is truly reality. And the way people look at things now is that it's a total mess. And again, like you said, while Gigi was there, regardless of who agreed with him or disagreed with him, he was doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing his job. There's no question he was doing his job. Sometimes just doing a little bit much, but better too much than too little.
Yeah, you know what it is, and there were things that happened that we called out, which was extrajudicial killings, right? We didn't agree with that. We called that out when we had to, right? We called out his statement with respect to cockroaches. We call them out. We call it as we see it, you know. However, there was the perception when Gary was there, the country felt much more safer than it is now. And Tommy, maybe this is true, Maybe this is really true.
Those who know me very well will know what I'm saying to you now. I didn't really want this job. I didn't want this job. Those who know me very well will know what I'm saying to you now. I didn't really want this job. I didn't want this job.
I don't know, Tommy.
Then give it up.
Maybe that's true.
If you didn't want the job, that means that you're not going to perform. So give it up.
That seemed to be what's happening. Right? But we had Selwyn Kojo did an editorial, and he called it Rowley's Public Vulgarity. I want you to listen to this opinion piece by Dr. Selwyn Kojo. Take a listen to this.
Dr. Rowley's Public Vulgarity. An opinion by Dr. Selwyn Kojo. The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago was at his most vulgar on Thursday, March 9th, when he sought to scandalize my name at a public meeting at Enterprise, Chaguanas. However, his public performance revealed more about his moral blindness, his public vulgarity, his intellectual narrowness, and aggressive narcissism. No one who read my 28-page, carefully footnoted lecture could have arrived at his conclusion. In his sharp words for columnist Selwyn Kojo, reporter Ria Tate's description, the Prime Minister stated, "The main point that Kojo produced on the platform of the crime talks was that people must examine the wealth of the Prime Minister to correlate the growth of his wealth with the growth of crime. Tonight, I want to tell Selwyn Kojo, you just haul," which, according to Tate, left the rest of the sentence to the imagination of his laughing audience. Express, March 9th. I began my lecture, A Quest for Truth, by quoting the grandson of a slave who declared in 1899 that security of person and property are the first condition of social progress. I followed that up with Eric Williams' declaration that we must devise a system which gives a central place to the ideal of the sovereignty of people and the need for civil discourse. I also cited the need to revive Williams' Meet the People tour that he initiated in 1963. I also drew on Esdras, an apocryphal text of the Bible, and a Latin aphorism to locate the source of Williams' rallying cry, "Great is the PNM, and it shall prevail." Then I quoted Mahatma Gandhi's autobiography, the story of my experiments with truth, and ended by paraphrasing Brutus's words at the funeral scene of William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. Brutus said, "If there be any slash in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, slash to him I say that Brutus' love to Caesar was slash no less than his. If then that friend demands slash why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer slash not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome, Trinidad and Tobago, more. Had you rather Caesar slash were living and die all slaves than that Caesar were dead, to live all freemen?" Act 3, Scene 2. Maybe this is the real question. Should we opt for the truth, no matter how painful, or continue to live a lie that would lead to our mutual destruction? The 16th point of my lecture with which our Prime Minister took such umbrage read, "In seeking to discover the truth about the escalation of crime, we should ask all of our office holders, particularly the Prime Minister and members of his cabinet, to declare what the wealth of they and their immediate family was in 2015 and what it is now. In that way we can see if crime is a paying concern for them or not. That is, whether their increased wealth resulted from the escalation of crime, causal, or whether their increased wealth, if there was any, just happened at the same rate at which crime increased. Correlational." This was a question rather than a statement. In May 2023, the Board of Trustees of Howard University, one of the most prestigious universities in the U.S., awarded our Prime Minister an honorary Doctor of Letters. I celebrated that achievement. Then Howard President Dr. Wayne Frederick remarked, "Truth and service have been major elements of their lives, the awardees, both personally and professionally." He described Raleigh as a renowned social and political leader, pioneering statesman and scholar. Express, July 6, 2023. An honorary Doctor of Letters is usually awarded to luminaries who have enriched the humanities in particular, or humanity at large, someone whose public behavior is beyond reproach. I wonder how Howard University's Board of Trustees would respond to our Prime Minister's public vulgarity and intellectual dishonesty. The Conference of Negro African Writers and Artists took place in Paris in September 1956. It was attended by luminaries such as Richard Wright, who dedicated his book, White Man, Listen, to Williams, Elian Diop, editor of Présence Africaine, Leopold Senghor, father of the Negritude movement and later president of Senegal, M. Césaire, author of Return to My Native Land and William's Friend, and Jean Price-Mars, author of Ainsi Parla l'Oncle. Présence Africaine invited Williams to participate in its second Congress that was held in Rome in 1959 to continue the discussion of the writer's responsibility in the decolonization process. Williams' lecture, The Political Leader Considered as a Man of Culture, drew on the ancient Greeks to demonstrate his point. The symbol of that highly civilized democracy was recognition of the political leader as a man of culture. The culture of an entire people, of an entire city-state whose representative he was. Williams, a fierce political fighter, understood that intellectual debates and the promotion of different approaches to political questions are vital to sustaining a democracy. He expected his successors to act with grace and panache. He would never advise a fellow citizen to "Holyor." In the face of such vulgarity, he was more likely to say, "Let the jackass bray," sentiments I warmly extend to my Prime Minister. Verbal violence and public vulgarity contribute as much to a climate of violence as a young man who picks up a gun to express his violent rage. A conscientious Prime Minister needs to know and value this truism.
Yeah. Revelation. He promised to fire next time. He promised to fire next time. He promised, he promised, he promised, he promised, he promised to fire next time. Next time. And who ain't dead, the bad wounded, who ain't dead, bad wounded, who ain't dead, the bad wounded, who ain't dead, bad wounded. Talk, you mocking pretender. I check your lyrics and I come for test you. Far too long, you're fooling the children, filling the head with very much education. Doomsday reach, wipe and the retreat, cause the children coming to take back the street. The power of the word in the conscious styling. Even the for a brand new morning. I say the power of the word in the rap so styling. Rocking the roots of the vampire system. Talk it talk, you mock the gender. Talk it talk, you bloody deceiver. Talk it talk, you serpent master. Talk it talk, you friggin' oppressor. Ah, la da di da la da da. La da di da la 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 da. Reality bites and illusion. Right down to the heart of the matter. Desire go bust and reality scatter. He promised to fire next time. He promised to fire next time. He promised, he promised, he promised, he promised, he promised to fire next time. Next time. And who ain't dead, the badly wounded, who ain't dead, badly wounded, who ain't dead, the badly wounded, who ain't dead, badly wounded. Talk your talk, you mocking pretender. Check your lyrics and I come to test you far too long. You're fooling the children, filling the head with very much education. Doomsday reach, and you retreat. The children coming to take up the street. The power of the wood, the conscious style. I say the power of the wood, the rap so styling. Rocking the roots of the vampire system. Talk your talk, you fucking pretender. Talk your talk, you bloody deceiver. Talk your talk, you serpent master. Talk your talk, you friggin' oppressor. Going right to the heart of the matter. What is the matter? ceaseless chatter, 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 on the rock in the head, oh Lord, like they want me dead. Everybody talking, nobody listening, oh my God, what really happening? Chatter, chatter, chatter. What is the matter? Chatter, chatter, ceaseless chatter, going right down to the heart of the matter. Everybody talking, nobody listening, oh my God, you know what's in there, everybody talking, nobody listening, nobody listening. Yes, talk, 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 revelation.
So there you have it, Tommy. Plenty talk. Okay, so Richie says, talk. Richie says, you keep making it sound like the government alone is the problem. Let me put you on a plane, come here and see how Trini live wild. Drugs they don't care about. Nothing people have has to want better. You know, it's funny, eh? I think I think I think Richie missed some of our shows, Tommy. When we have blame the people as well. Right?
Of course, we don't um, uh, discount the fact that the people are responsible for what they get.
So Richie says, I will gladly pay for you to come here and stay a week for you to walk around all areas and tell the wonderful Trini people you're talking about to change. You may not even go back alive. Okay. Well, don't worry, Richie. I will stay where I'm at. Right, Tommy?
Yep, that'll definitely work.
That will work. It's better I could talk. I could talk from far and say what I have to say, rather than go down there. If I go down there, yeah, and tell you wonderful Trini people are talking about change and they don't want to hear about it, I'd rather go. I could stay in my place. You no problem with that, Richie? PM and minister need to smoke some bad weed and ride into the sunset. Okay. You know, but we, I don't understand something, Tommy. If you are the president of your company and your company not making money, right? Where does the blame rest?
At the top of the hill, who's in the hot seat? Whoever's in the king's chair, that's who gets the blame.
So if you didn't put the right people in place in order to run your company properly, you go blame the wrong people that you put in place?
Negative.
If you're the coach of a track and field team, right, and you didn't train the kids properly in order when they go to the meets, they perform to the best of ability, you go blame the kids? If you're the football coach, right, and you didn't pick the best 11 players, let me take the West Indies, right? The West Indies used to beat everybody, right? And then all of a sudden, the West Indies can't beat nobody. Who does get the blame? As a matter of fact, Tommy, in the NBA and the NFL, when teams have losing records, who is the first person that's fired?
Manager.
So, Richie, I hear you. At the end of the day, a fish doesn't rotten from the tail. If you know anything about sports, in the NBA in this country, when a team has a losing record, the first person to be fired is not the players, it's the head coach. In the NFL, when a team has a losing record, they don't fire the players, they just fire the head coach. In Major League Baseball, when the team has a losing record, they don't fire the players, Just fire the head coach. So you saying that we blaming the government? Yeah, the people should be blamed too because they're taking whatever they give them. But at the end of the day, if the government wants to give the people things to make the country better, they can do that. If they want to give you property tax and you want to take it, if people were saying, I don't mind paying me 3% property tax. People were saying that, many people. But it was party based because I supported my party. See, that's the problem in Trinidad. That is the problem. I will support my party by any means necessary. Even if it's not best for the country. Once I'm supporting my party, I'm good. Yeah. But take a picture out of the NFL, the NBA, even the NHL and hockey, same thing. When the team has a losing record, the coach could have a 5-year contract. In college basketball, is the same thing. If the coach has a losing record and he's there 2 or 3 years, after 3 years he get fired, bring in a new coach. And mind you, there are many times they bring in a new coach and all in a sudden the team starts to win. It have been done many, many times. I don't know. Capitan is something else. You know. All over the world, it have property tax wall. Capital no, commercial property is 5%. You can still pay it. Yeah. And Tommy, if you listen to some people now, hear them. Hear them now. I don't mind paying 2%. And I'm telling the people that 2% is still regressive and oppressive. Good evening to you, Albert. 2% property tax is still regressive and oppressive. Why do you think they drop it from 3% to 2%? Why
Because
don't
they
they go
know,
to the islands and compare property tax in Trinidad to property tax of the island? Why, Tommy?
they know that they were out of order with those rates.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Let me read that comment for a minute.
Baseball have managers, not coaches.
Okay. What is the point I'm making, Tommy? What is the point?
The point is that you're saying the person who's responsible for that team on the field is who gets the finger pointed at when they're not
It doesn't
performing.
matter whether it's a coach, a manager, a president, a CEO, whatever it is, whoever is at the top, they normally gets the blame. So why should you, Tommy, have all the power to appoint this one, appoint that one, appoint everybody, and when time come the thing going wrong, you pass the blame on to someone else? Eh? Why? CNN now reporting at least 10 people dead in an upscale area after gang attack. Where is that? Let me see if I can get that. All right. CNN. Tommy, you see that? I think um
Let
that
me
guy
look, let me Google it now.
CNN reporting. What is that? CNN now reporting at least 10 people dead. reporting 10 people dead. Okay, I'm not seeing it. It's not coming up. Let me see if I get it in Google. All right, so folks, we're looking to see. Let me see. Okay. Well, they have different reports. Tommy, you see it? I ain't see it now. 2 people killed, 5 others wounded in Washington, D.C. shooting, police say. A Pennsylvania man killed 3 people, including his 13-year-old daughter. All right. All right. There's many different ones. The PNM government since inception never planned to take care of Laventille and Movan and help suffering people. Well, you would know because that was from way back when. So, Tommy, here is the I don't know if I played that video. Did I play the video with the prison police commissioner?
I don't remember.
All right.
Not this time, you didn't.
Commissioner of
Not
Prisons
tonight.
Dewprasad Ramata said systems are in place to address the concern of contraband entering the nation's prisons, especially when prison officers facilitate the transaction.
We have security checks on a daily basis to all officers who come on duty. We do random searches, we do strategic searches, we network with the police and other state agencies to do intelligence work. And thus far, we have arrested maybe about 12 officers with contraband.
One of the issues being faced in bringing these rogue officers to justice is insufficient support from the police.
We have instances when the police officers do not come to court. We have instances when the matter is called, magistrate throws the matter out because the police doesn't come to court. We have instances where the magistrate gives 2 minuscule bail so that the officer who was apprehended red-handed doesn't spend more than 1 hour in custody with the police. He's released on bail the very said day, so he doesn't get to come to my prison and be the cellmate with other inmates. And I so want to see that. That's a deterrent. That's a consequence of bad behavior, being rogue or being a crooked officer, because those cell phones that you bring into the prison commit crime outside and cause the demise of officers.
His no-nonsense approach did not gain him any points with some officers, but the acting prisons commissioner said he must do what he has to.
I have limited resources, and I'm not going to waste it on crooked officers. In fact, what I'm saying here now to the media is part of them hearing that, and maybe stop the wrong they're doing and continue being lawful.
Mr. Ramota said he maintains hope in his officers, however, noting that there are more good officers than rogue ones in the service. Ayana Carter, TTT News.
Tell me, boy. It's all wrong, you know.
Yep.
It's
every turn.
Every crook and cranny, we have problems. All over. Trinidad and Tobago has become a very corrupted society. There's no That's just the way it is now. We are a very corrupted society. And here's my friend Mean Gene Julian says, Wall Street, say the thing, please accept corrections. What does it mean? You want me to say, It's a manager and it's not a coach. What is the difference? In football in the Premier League, they call the person who is in charge, don't they call him a manager / coach? In the Premier League. Sometimes they call them coach, sometimes they call them manager. What is the difference? Apples, oranges, pears, plums, Via mango, Julie mango, still a mango. Oh God, mango is a mango, man. Since 1956, my father was the go-to for anything when the PNM party was having public meetings in St. Joseph. He cannot deal with corruption in law enforcement because he corrupt though. Captain Singh want to build a new prison in a remote area with no cell phones there, so no need for jammers. Nah. Capitan, they ain't gonna take you because you from foreign. You have something to do with foreign. Anytime you have something to do with foreign, they don't want to hear from you. Trinidad and Tobago don't want to deal with you. Yeah? So we have the prison commissioner. Even he is very upset. All right?
It's just failures all around.
Just failures all around, Tommy. That's just it. Plain talk, bad manners. It's just failures all around. Albert Montano says what we are seeing started more than 60 years ago. Ooh.
I agree. I agree with Albert. I fully agree with him.
60 years ago, by?
These things didn't start yesterday. Or today, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. And Tommy, and you know what it is, Tommy? We need to have the is it TAT? The Trinidad and Tobago. Is it TAT, the organization that regulates the media in Trinidad and Tobago?
Matt?
Is it Matt or TAT?
I think it's Matt.
One of them, whichever one it is. Right? And I love when people like this call radio stations. Listen to this. I love this. When people call radio stations like this. Listen to this.
Hi, good afternoon, Juju.
Afternoon.
So let me ask a question. Why can't we do a show on the crime with what's happening in the country? The most important thing that's going on. Why every evening is the UNC? Let's not worry about the UNC. Why don't we worry about the things that is happening in the country? Every evening is the UNC.
Well, Paula, you have the mic. You have the mic. Tell us. You tell us.
And Mr. Ruka, I wouldn't even go forward with you because you doesn't make any sense to me. Honestly,
okay, so caller, let me ask you. It doesn't make any sense, but let me ask you this, caller. What about what we're discussing here with the UNC that you're...
Change the focus.
Oh God. You don't want to tell him you don't make any sense. And she's absolutely correct, you know. Right? I mean, it's sad what media has come to in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Anybody could be in the media, you know. Anyway, let me finish it.
Welcome. Hi, good afternoon, Juju.
Afternoon.
So let me ask a question. Why can't we do a show on the crime with what's happening in the country? The most important thing that's going on. Why every evening is the UNC? Let's not worry about the UNC. Why don't we worry about the things that is happening in the country? Every evening is the UNC.
Well, Paula, you have the mic. You have the mic. Tell us. You tell us.
And Mr. Ruka, I wouldn't even go forward with you because You doesn't make any sense to me. Honestly,
Okay, so caller, let me ask you. He doesn't make any sense, but let me ask you this, caller. What about what we're discussing here with the UNC that you're displeased about? Because we're not speaking the truth, caller. Caller?
I'm just saying. You're hearing me?
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Right. What I am saying, right? I didn't call for any argument. I'm just saying.
We're not arguing.
I think your forum is open to everybody, right?
Of
Doesn't matter
course.
who you support.
Right.
Right? We all are big people. We all should agree. Don't matter if you're for the UNC, the PNM, the PEP, whoever.
Right.
But my point is, why every evening it's always the
Well, you're on the wrong program. That's all.
Okay, so let me engage the caller.
I think Mr. Ruka is very ignorant. That's why I'm always speak with Juju.
Okay,
Yeah,
caller.
yeah.
So what I want to say to you is, we deal with current affairs on this program here. We deal
But
with
every
political.
evening, Juju,
Okay,
and
I
I'm
give
sure
you,
a lot of
caller.
I
Caller, I give you an opportunity. Give me an opportunity to respond to you because you
go
asked me
ahead.
a question. Right. We deal with political issues on this program. Political issues. Political current affairs issues. So I'm asking you, caller, what about what we are discussing here now? In the past about Kamla and the UNC
Okay,
does
so let
not
me ask-
apply.
let me
does not
ask you a
apply.
question. Let me ask you a question, Juju.
Caller.
Let me-
Oh Lord, Father, have mercy.
Let me ask you one question.
Cut off that caller. Cut off that caller.
Why doesn't one evening you talk about the wrong that the PNM is doing?
Cut off the caller. Cut off the caller. You're on the wrong station.
So,
Right?
so this
No,
is
because
very
it's all about
right,
PNM is
caller.
right.
So
And they do
caller,
wrong things
so
too.
caller, stick up here.
Juliet, let me come across and cut off that caller. You like, I want to cut you off.
Wait now, Mr. Ruka, because I need to get some. She came off the line, but what I wanted to raise with her, she now said precisely where her problem was. Her problem was that we're not speaking about the PNM, so it is clear that her issue is that she's opposed to the People's National Movement.
Right.
So she feels how when we come in the evening and discuss issues that relates to the Kamla Prasad business and the UNC. So
Tommy, you see what they have to put up with in the media? He telling somebody, cut you off. Right? I mean,
Very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. And the thing is this: the truth be told, who is wielding the power at this time? Who is responsible for what's going on in the country? Everything. Who has the power? No.
Good night, Washington. And they crunch time, they close up time.
Yeah.
I send you a video with your partner. They get on bad in the parliament today, boy.
Oh, who was that? Rowley?
The man who in charge.
How long it is?
It's short.
All right, let me check it. All right.
All right.
Yeah, Tommy, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying that if you're dealing with what's going on in the country, who's responsible for what's going on in the country at this time?
I listen, man. I don't understand. Well, I understand, but let me just listen to this thing quick here. Hold on. Okay. Mean Gene says, Wall Street, please accept criticism. Baseball does not have coaches. The person in charge of the team is referred to as manager. Okay.
We agree with that. I mean, we all agree on that.
Did I disagree with that, Tommy? Did I miss something?
No, you agree that he's right from the start.
No, if I live in America, I know the Yankees have a manager who is in charge of the players. But the idea is that when things happen, it's the manager or the coach or whoever it is that's blamed and is fired. So whether you want to be a manager, a coach, a president, whoever it is, prime minister, them at the end of the day is the person who is responsible. Let me play this one real quick here. This is what happened today in Parliament. Let me listen.
Intelligent debate in the Parliament will do a lot to educate the population and change their behavior, because a lot of people take positions based on what you all say, not knowing that you have misled them. for political purposes. We are not afraid of being voted out for having done the right thing for this country. And I make no bones about that, Madam Speaker, because we believe that as we do the right thing for this country, enough people will see that we've done the right thing for this country and will make sure we stay in the country. That's where we differ. They believe they have to pander to every nonsense. And then the country becomes a place of dotishness. You all should be ashamed of yourself, Madam Speaker. I say no more on this. The PMM will support this. We support it in the interest of the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh boy. Tommy boy, I know what to tell you. Just when we thought things could maybe cool down after what happened over this weekend, it looked like it get worse. And you know what, Tommy? In my estimation, I think it's time that the people vote out Prime Minister Rowley. The first time I'm going to say that. It's time for Rowley to go. Really. He doesn't serve Trinidad and Tobago. He doesn't have the temerity to be a transformational leader like Mia Motley, Andrew Holness, or any of the young prime minister from Grenada. He doesn't have, he just doesn't have it. And this type of behavior just continue to show you the mannerism of this person that we have as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. If you could behave like, and that is only just a little snippet, and I don't really need to see the rest, because this behavior is consistent with his behavior. And the people should follow along with what he says, that he's saying he don't have a problem, but the rest of them have a problem, right? He don't have no problem. So you know what? Since he don't have no problem, they should vote him out. That's where I stand. So folks, Tommy, you can have your say.
Well, the thing is that there's no question about who and what we're dealing with when it comes to Prime Minister Rowley and his current band of representatives. I'm sure everybody isn't bad, and I'm sure that the right leadership will get the right thing done. But like you say, like we always say, it's a flock of lions, or should I say a pack of lions being...
Yeah, a herd of sheep led by a lion will be full of lions led by a sheep.
Right.
And that's what we have.
Right. But it's time for us to go. It's been a pleasure being here. It's 10 o'clock at night.
So just before we go, Rishi, Capitan, Albert Montano, Mean Gene Julian, Takesha, if you're still there, Patricia Hutchinson, Rishi, Renwick, Hailey, Trinidad Margot, Capitan, Passad, Darren Red, if you're still there, Takesha, Passad Ramnut, Richard Young, if you're still there, you could put a closing quote too. Caribbean Soul, yeah, put a closing quote, Richard Young. Patricia Hutchinson, Ken John, Marilyn Sicharan, Lions Love, X-Men. Put closing comments in the chat. Folks, will be right back. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back after this message.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Your host, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to In the Village with your host, Professor Wall Street and Uncle Tommy on WZYE 95.9 FM. You in the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Yo, what's going on? This is Jersey Drake.
Hi, this is Rihanna.
Hey, what's up? This is Ludacris.
What's up, y'all? This is Nicki Minaj.
You're rocking with the best. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
This is Travis Scott, 21-7.
You're listening to In the Village with Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
What it do is some baby and we in the mix.
And of course, folks, it's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, you can subscribe to WZYE TV on YouTube, like our Facebook page, WZYE 95.9 FM, and you can also get us on X, better known as Twitter, at WZYE 95.9 FM. So my closing comment is, let me get my closing comment. Closing comment. May your week be filled with good thoughts, kind people, happy moments, and unexpected blessings. May your week be filled with good thoughts, kind people, happy moments, and unexpected blessings. From where I said this is it, the clock on the wall said that's all I like to say, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent. When talent does not work hard, and for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. And remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. See you. Same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Go ahead, Tommy.
What you can see in the day, you don't have to wait for the night to put on the light. Like I always say, you have to become and be the example that you want to see. You, the man in the mirror. However, if you look in that mirror and you don't like what you see, do not blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Love you all. Remember, love is the key. Stay strong. Stay safe. See you tomorrow. Same channel, same shit, same time. Good night.
Thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's see what we got in the chat here. Captain Singh says, to my fellow citizens, hold strain and vote PNM back into office for 5 more years. If you jump ship, all the good works by the Honorable PNM will be destroyed by the USC. Great is the PNM. Oh, God, Capitan, you joke, yes.
What?
Right, Capitan. Comment. Go ahead.
Comment, the truth offends, and straight talk is bad manners. By the results, one can just. He meant judge any leadership. He says just, but I know it's church he means.
Ken John say UNC and Kamala have to go, yes? Okay. But Ken John, they're not in power.
They don't have any power?
You know, no power. I mean, I don't understand how they have to go and they don't have no power. They're not in power. They don't make any changes in Trinidad and Tobago. But anyway, you know.
You have to go from, I guess they had to go from opposition to what, leadership?
I don't know. Okay, folks, we out of here. See you tomorrow, same time. We're gonna go out with our song that we always go out with. Later. See you guys. Bye bye.
This is oh Lord, Trinidad and Tobago. This is DJ Bravo. I'm hurting you know. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up against parliament economy. But let the moderators in another body in a dream. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. An next road stain with somebody's son brain. Who take the S out of Port of Spain. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. Now with the love, with the vibes, with the hope. Now tell me something, how we really want we cope. When the children breathing in too much gun smoke. And the Coast Guard can never see a boat. Yes, someone like some goats when they come looking for votes. Fit the empty promises, reading like a horoscope. Justice for sale in a fat envelope. Politically, all the answers is a joke. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up against parliament economy. But let the moderators in another body in a dream. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. An next road stain with somebody's son brain. Who take the S out of Port of Spain. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. It doesn't matter the religion, the color, the creed, or the race. It's our responsibility to take care of our place. Champion.